Wow. I guess I didn't realize you were so unhappy.
Well, I am. I'm miserable.
Okay. Well, then it's good we're having this conversation. Maeve, what do you want? What is it that you're missing here?
I don't know what I'm missing because I never had anything.
I thought we were in this together.
First my dad dies, then Karen takes off. And I'm here raising our kids. Your kids.
It was great. It was a great challenge. It was a little intimidating, but it was good. It kept me very honest. I had to work really hard at it. We had a great accent coach, Suzanne Selby, and got all that and always had access to her, which was amazing. And then it was also like going out into the community, and it was great. Like I made a friend that I could call, and he is Delco, and I would call him, we'd talk about football and stuff. And he knew I was listening for his sounds a little bit, but we were comfortable enough with each other that he wasn't too self-conscious, because there's part of an accent where you can get it as good as you want on paper, but there's a part of my brain anyway that I like have to hear the real thing to trust that it sounds right. Mm-hmm. Also, when you hear somebody with an actual accent, you learn the rules when you learn the accent on paper, but then when you hear them talk, you learn how you can break the rules. Mm-hmm. Or like when you're supposed to break the rules, yeah.
Well, we all did so many foreigners. We were so many foreigners on
Yeah,
that job.
yeah.
You know, we had like two sisters from South Africa. Sam's Irish, Amelia's English.
Yeah.
So it was a real mix. But we've spoken a lot about Suzanne. Suzanne Selby was our dialect coach for the season, and she's just terrific and
so great.
really helped us massively.
We were doing, like, I had started to speak to her, like, literally as soon as I was cast. Like, I think we were speaking for about 3 months before I started, because it does feel very important to have that accent correct for the show, and because it's so much about, like, the place that it's set, as well as the plot and the characters. So, and I had such a fun time doing that, the process of doing that, because it is such a unique accent and it has all these sounds that you just sort of kind of go, what? But then once I moved to Philadelphia, and I actually was in the places where we were filming, that like you can start hearing it around you, and that actually really helps as well, because all the things that you sort of went, what, to Suzanne, are actually...
Yeah. And it gets better, you hope. You hope as it goes along. The hope is that it gets better.
We just decided that I was going to be from wherever the hell I was from, and I didn't have to sound like I was from Delco. I could have been from DC or Jersey or, anywhere. I just, I tried to, I don't know, I just tried to speak like a person who works in an FBI office would speak somehow.
Yeah. I had dialect sessions that were very, very stressful. Very, very stressful, because it was that thing again of having to do like the generalized American accent, but then finding some detail that gives character to her. But they had decided very early on that she wouldn't have like a Delco accent.
I didn't have to do it. I barely talked to. I talked to Suzanne a few times because English is my second language. So every now and then I'd be like, "Am I saying the word mouth right?" Because it's sounding so weird after 20 takes. But that's all you.
Everything sounds weird after 20 takes.
Yeah,
it's understandable. I mean, the accent's so hard, but I loved it. I love a challenge, so I really enjoyed working with Suzanne Selby on the accent. She's from the area, so it was really helpful. And I flew out to Philly 2 weeks early before shooting, and I just would bar hop in Delco and listen to different people and make friends. I made a lot of Delco friends, and it was a good time. It's not just an accent; it's like an energy. So it really helped me with my character development.
Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously, it's totally different to how I sound, So I thankfully, like Suzanne Selby, who's our dialect coach on set, was fantastic. Who was also the dialect coach on Mare. It's just unbelievable. Like, she's just such a master at her work. And I worked with Suzanne for 3 months prior to even arriving in Philly. So for me, I had no context for the accent because I didn't know the place. I'd never been to Philly. I'd been to the States before, and I had played Americans before, but I had never even kind of touched on anything that was remotely related to Philadelphia. So for me, it was tricky because I really wanted to kind of lean into a lot of like New Yorky sounds that we would be more familiar with, like the as and the was and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, there's a very particular vowel sound that the people from Delco make, which is the kind of thing that we needed to lean into and make sure that the attention to detail there was actually really good. But my problem was I was going too hard. She was like, don't go that hard because you sound like you're doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like you sound like you're doing an accent now. So my whole thing was just trying to make sure that the accent was just lived in me naturally, But that process was, it was interesting. And then when I landed in Philly, then it made sense. I started going around to the bars, just sitting up at a bar or a coffee shop and just chatting to people, just getting to know people. And it came eventually, but it was not easy for me, Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't know watching, but what about
Cheers,
you?
good.
I mean, it's a little intimidating coming into the world post, SNL skits.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mayor of Easttown parodies. I don't know if you saw the Murdered Your Dirter,
Exactly. Yeah.
So we were, it's like there was pre-mayor and a post-mayor, and we came into the post-mayor world.
Yeah.
But Suzanne Selby
fantastic.
was awesome.
She's
yeah.
amazing.
And I found, it's the first time I really dealt with dialect work this heavily, and I found I was initially intimidated, a little bit scared, and I found that as opposed to it being a hurdle, it was a way into the character.
Yeah.
And Suzanne and I spoke about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Making it part of their absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. No, I didn't. I talked to Suzanne and Brad, and I'm like, I don't think he's from Delco. So I just went with my, I was born in Jersey and raised in Jersey, so I went with that. So it's sort of a little nondescript.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Well,
I didn't
it
have
adds
to
a
suffer through that.